How are you doing? I am the guide for your sacral chakra. Now, the sacral chakra is all about pleasure and creativity. So, kind of balancing it will be all about unlocking those feelings for you. So we're going to do a lot of activities that have to do with creativity and some other things that might help with kind of emotional baggage or kind of communications. Are you ready? Yeah, so I'll just give you a quick overview, and there's a bench right behind you if you'd like to sit down. So, as you can tell, the color for the sacral chakra is orange. And what I have here is a carnelian. So I'm just going to hand this to you. Carnelians are good for balancing your sacral chakra. When your sacral chakra is overactive, you might feel a little bit like you want to just go and get stuff done, and your creative passions, you'll notice, start to turn a little bit into obsessions, that type of thing. If your sacral chakra is blocked, you might find it hard to come up with creative ideas or get up the energy to actually follow through with those ideas. And of course that also relates to different pleasures, including things like, of course, sex, alcohol, sweets, anything that could be considered a vice if it was in excess. So I'm going to hand this to you, and you can just go ahead and hold it and play with it and do whatever you want with it. Or just hang on to it for the duration of the simulation. So a couple activities that we're going to do today. First, we are going to do something that I like to call burning your baggage. Now, we're not actually going to burn anything today, but I do have several of these little slips of paper. And I have 6 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you're going to give me something that you would consider baggage, something that you've got some negative emotions towards, things that you're trying to overcome. They could be names of people that have maybe been toxic in your life in the past. It can be the way you think about certain things. For instance, if body image is something that you're trying to overcome, or anxiety around certain things, stress from work, that type of thing. Just let me know, and I'm going to write it down on these slips of paper, and then I'm going to tear them up, and we're going to get rid of them. Are you ready? Okay. So go ahead and give me your first one. They don't have to be in any specific order. Okay. Okay. Put that aside. The next one. Okay. Okay. The next one. That's a good one. that's something I think a lot of people could relate to. Okay. Yeah, it can be broad because it means something to you. Okay. So just fear. Yeah. You don't need to elaborate if you don't want to. And okay. Alright, let's see here. We got fear. Okay. Overthinking. Stress. Okay. These are really good. And okay, I'm just gonna tear them up in front of you, alright? Or if you want to do it, you want me to do it. Alright, so. And just think about the fear and the stress and the overthinking that you've done in the past. And just imagine letting it go. It doesn't do anything to help you. There's no reason to carry it around, or there's no reason to keep it around, because it doesn't help you, those things. You'll be stronger without them. And you'll be happier without them, most importantly. And now, I'm just going to cast them out into the wind and let the wind take them. Okay, now we're going to do an activity that has to do with communication. And this one has to do with talking with respect and sympathy and empathy to your partner, friends, your parents, anybody that you might have trouble communicating with if they do something that's frustrating or hurtful. So we're just going to do a quick exercise, and first I'm going to say some things to you, and then I'm going to tell you how I could have said them better, and then you'll do the same for me. Are you ready? Okay. Now before I begin, I don't want you to take any of this personally. It's, of course, just an activity. And I'll actually be reading from my notebook here. So, okay. Alright. It makes me insane when you do that. Are you an idiot? How can I spend another second with you? Now, when I read that to you, it probably made you feel really bad. And if your partner were to say something like that to you, you'd probably feel even worse because it's actually directed at you and not just an activity. So, I want you to think, when I read the better way that I could have said that to you, I want you to think about how you would feel if your partner had said what I'm going to say next to you instead of what I just said to you. It makes me feel a little frustrated when you do that. Are you aware of that? How can I support you? Now, how did that make you feel? A little bit better. It can often be a little bit tough having tough conversations, being attacked. Of course, none of us are really malicious, so you have to assume that if something's frustrated you, your partner is either not aware or had the better intentions. So it's sometimes better to approach the conversation giving them the benefit of the doubt, if you will. And if you approach it in a more collaborative way, it can help foster a better kind of conversation. And I think you'll both like the outcome a little bit better. So now I want you to tell me something, and say it meanly, as mean as you can. Just really go for it. But then I want you to flip it and think about how you can supportively, collaboratively, empathetically say what you're going to say, okay? Alright, go ahead with the mean one first. Well, yeah, it didn't feel good. Now, can you say that nicer? Yeah, that's a lot better. It also kind of gives your person that you're talking to a little bit more to work with. You can't answer something like, how can I spend another second with you? But you can answer, how can I support you? What can I do to help you out? So you did a good job. I think that you really grasp the basics of the communication. So now that we've done some serious things, let's get into something a little bit more fun. I have here some paint, of course. And I've got everything from orange. I've got a couple different shades of orange. I've got reds. I have lavender. I have blue. I have violet. So yellow. I've got a golden yellow and a yellow, a black, a silver, a white, several browns, and several grays. So I also have a light green, a dark green, aqua color, and also a lighter blue. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to come up with some colors for me. I'm going to mix two colors of whichever you'd like. And I'm going to make little swatches for them. And then we're going to name them together. Are you ready? Okay. I've just got this paper plate that we're going to use to mix the colors on. So, which two colors would you like to begin with? Blue. Okay, just do a spot of blue. Just a dot of it. And okay, orange. This light orange here. Okay, just drop a spot of that in as well. Now, I'll take this brush and just just mix them together. So. Interesting. With those two, we got kind of a murky green color. Let's see. And what would you name that? It's a little difficult, I think. What would you name that? Oh, I like that. That's really creative. Okay. What are the next two colors you'd like me to mix? Lavender. Lavender and red. This one. Yeah. Sure. Of course. Just do a dot. And a dot. This is a very pretty color. And what would you name that? It's a little bit pinkish. Ooh, I like that. Personally, I think that it looks like red velvet cake. That's a good one. Okay. Next. What do colors? Okay. So you like to do this golden yellow and violet. Yeah, of course. I'm interested to see what this one might be. Just a dot. And just a dot. You can see you've got them up there. I'll just they look kind of good as a fade. But overall it looks like a kind of brown color. What do you think you'd do this? That's interesting. I like that a lot. It's very creative. So now we have these three colors that you've created. And now I'm going to give you three names. And you're going to tell me which name goes with which color. Do you? color do you think is called Fun Mom? I can definitely see that. Which of these colors would you call Puppy Paw? Yeah, that definitely makes sense to me. And which one would you call Freshman Dye Job? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Well, good job. Did you have fun with that? Kind of unlocked some creativity, I think. Next, we're going to do another creative exercise. I'm going to have you draw my face, but you're not going to look at the paper at all, okay? Yeah. I'll get you to a clean page. And I'm going to hand this over to you. And I've got a pencil here. And you're just going to draw my face. And don't look away from my face. I'll notice. And don't look down at the paper at all. Just draw without looking. This way it forces you to only use your creative side of your brain. Yeah, because you're not analyzing things. Okay, here you go. Alright. Done. Yeah, I'll take it back. Well, I would say that there's a kind of likeness there. I've got lips and eyes, and I can see where you tried to do my braid. So I think that this was a good job. So thank you. I will keep this. Alright, next I've got 2 more activities. One, I am looking through my notebook to find the kind of talk track for it. The story, if you will. But while I do, I'm going to give you some numbers, and you tell me what color that number is to you. Are you ready? Okay. 1. 6. 6 is pink to me. 7. Yeah, I can see that. It's 7 is yellow to me. And 8. 8 is orange to me. And 3. Yes. 3 is blue to me. And 2. Yeah, I like that. 2 is red to me. Alright. Now, finally, I'm going to read you a little story. And I want you to picture it while I'm reading it, and you're going to fill in some of the blanks. And then after I'm done reading, you're going to think on it. And you're going to close your eyes and pretend that you are in the spot that we've described together. Are you ready? Imagine you're watching the sunset in, fill in your ultimate sunset spot, your favorite place to watch the sun go down. The orange glow is contagious and begins to gather on everything. You see an iridescent orange sparkling light around your, describe your favorite article of clothing. That sounds nice. From your navel, a beam of light shoots out to meet the sunset and begins to intertwine with it. In the center of the sun, tell me the name of your biggest hero. They appear and reach out to you. They hand you a name an object that you would use to create something. They hand you that and say, I know who you are. Give me a positive adjective about yourself. I love that. You accept the gift. You ponder its meaning. You shamefully bask in the glow of the sunset. Now I'd like you to close your eyes and imagine all of that. And I'd like you to keep imagining it until the next simulation begins. Just close your eyes and let your mind show you